One of the biggest mistakes buyers make when purchasing an investment property on the Outer Banks is not understanding rental income. Projected does not equal actual, and actual does not equal owner gross. And understanding the difference could save you a lot, and it may change your buying decision. Because here's the reality, just because a property could produce a certain amount does not mean it will. Hey everyone, it's Danielle Taylor with Keller Williams Realty here on the beautiful Outer Banks. And today we're talking about one of the most important and honestly one of the most misunderstood parts of buying an OBX investment property. Actual rental income versus projected rental income. Let's start with the actual rental income. Actual rental income is exactly what the property has historically produced. These are real numbers, real bookings, real guests, real revenue. Usually when we talk about actual rents, we're reviewing prior year's history from the property management company. Now, at first glance, buyers often think, perfect! This tells me exactly what the home is worth and exactly what I'll make. But here's where it gets tricky. Actual income is heavily influenced by how the current owner operates the rental property. For example, did they heavily owner block the calendar so they took a lot of owner weeks? Did they only rent peak weeks in the summer? Did they allow pets? Was the home professionally marketed? Were the rates adjusted dynamically? Did the property manager actually help them maximize their occupancy? Was the furniture tired and outdated? Did the owner invest in any other updates? All of these things affect income performance. So sometimes a home with low actual rents is actually an opportunity. And this is where projected rental income comes in. Projected rental income is an estimate of what the property could produce under certain conditions. Notice the word here, could. A projection is not a guarantee. It's an educated estimate based on location, bedroom count, amenities, updates, proximity to the beach, views, historical performance of comparable homes, and current market demand. Kind of think about it like a CMA that we would do if you were going to sell your home, but based on rental income. Now, projections can absolutely be useful, but buyers need to understand that not all projections are created equally. Some are conservative, some are optimistic, and honestly, some are borderline fantasy. So how do you evaluate whether the projection you're seeing is realistic? Great question. Here are some of the things that I look at with my buyers. First, how does the projected number compare to similar nearby homes? If a projection is dramatically higher than comparable homes within a similar location, size, amenities, those kinds of things, that's a red flag. Second, what improvements would be required to actually achieve that number? Sometimes a projection assumes new furniture, updated decor, maybe adding a hot tub or a pool, better outdoor living spaces, or even having a totally different property management company. And those improvements can cost money. So understanding what that projection is based on is super important. Third, how underperforming is the current property and why? This is one of my favorite things to analyze because there's often opportunity hidden in underperforming homes. For example, I've seen homes with excellent locations, solid layouts and floor plans, and then those homes actually end up producing weak rental numbers simply because things like the photos were not very well done. The decor felt dated, the website description was weak, the owner took up a lot of prime weeks, or the overall reviews and guest experience wasn't competitive. Sometimes fairly simple updates can make a significant difference. All of these should really be done to create an Instagram-worthy space. Remember, we're selling lifestyle to our guests just as much as when we buy. Guest expectations have changed dramatically over the last several years. Another thing buyers can get confused about is owner rents versus gross rents. Gross rental income is the total amount collected from a guest for the stay at the property. Owner rents, sometimes called owner gross, is what the owner actually receives after certain guest paid deductions. Those deductions can be things like linen programs, travel insurance, credit card fees, processing fees, that kind of thing. The owner gross is what commissions to the property management company are based on, and for the most part, it's what the owner will receive a 1099 on. So when someone says, this home does $180,000 in rentals, your next question should always be, is that gross income or owner income? Because those are two very different numbers. And if you're trying to evaluate affordability or return on investment, that distinction matters a lot. At the end of the day, rental income analysis on the Outer Banks is part science, part strategy. A property's past performance matters, but so does its future potential. And sometimes the best opportunities are actually the homes that are underperforming today, but have clear upside with the right vision and the right management strategy. So if you're considering buying an Outer Banks investment property and want help analyzing actual rents, projections, or identifying hidden opportunities, I'd love to help. And if you found this video helpful, make sure to like, subscribe, and follow along for more honest Outer Banks real estate insights. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Because remember, there's no better living than Sandbar living.